Alright, so today's problem is going to be oriented towards the unknown LED. So this is a problem that comes up in electronics a lot. Got this little dude and this little dude. Okay? So obviously I don't want to blow the little guys out because I don't know what the forward voltage is. I don't know what the milliamps are on these LEDs. I don't even know where to start. I have no data sheet. I have nothing. Okay? And you get those a lot. Here's a whole pack of those. They're not labeled. So where do I begin? Right? So I'm going to show you kind of a method to do it without doing a whole lot of math and get the brightest outcome from your LED. Alright, so we're going to use, first, we have to make sure that it is alive. You know what I mean? Find an LED, half the time it might be dead anyway. So we're going to use a 1K resistor. 1K resistor. Now if you don't know the color value of the 1K resistor, I'm not going to be able to tell you with this resistor because it is blue. It's brown, black, gold. Okay. Obviously do a Google search for that. I have not all of them memorized, but you want the 1K resistor. Okay. So what we're going to do is attach that to the positive rail and right there. Then we're going to take the unknown positive, plug it in that same, just like that. Then I'm going to make sure this is on 5 volt, and we're going to plug in the ground. LED comes on. It's pretty bright, to be honest with you. That's like already kind of too bright, but it's pretty bright. We'll say that's probably the max that you want to go with that. So it's kind of a lucky thing. Alright, so, and the red ones are delicate snowflakes when it comes down to it. Okay, what about this guy though? He's a little bit different. He's from Kingston, and he can go much brighter than that. Okay, so how do we deal with that? Well, glad you asked. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get a potentiometer. So a potentiometer has 3 prongs on the very bottom. This one's a weird one because it's offset, so it kind of hates breadboards, but you can set it down in there. So we're going to set it's got 3 pins. You can see the 3 slots right here. Those represent where those pins are. So I'm going to put a ground on the top one. Run to the ground rail. Positive on the bottom one. And then I'm going to use yellow to indicate the out. Okay, so let's see what that's doing. So if I go one way, it'll go more ground, and the other way, it'll go more hot. Sweet. But this goes all the way up to 1K, and it goes all the way down to 0. Sort of. So here's the LED. Notice it has a longer lead. I'm going to put the longer lead on the top so that this is a longer lead. Cool. So now we're going to run the positive to the longer lead from the rail. Let's look what we have so far. Get this dangling yellow one. The dangling yellow one we're going to plug in. And now we can turn that one up right about there. Boom. It's pretty bright. I think that'll be good. Okay, so now we take this out of circuit, or well, we can keep it in circuit because that way you don't have to get any special probes. So what I want to know is what resistor am I going to be using for this unknown LED. Okay, so all I do is to take out all this. I get my probes. So I got this cool little probe. It goes gator clip to probe. And they're hooked up to my test leads. And I got it hooked up to multimeter. So I'm going to turn this on, set it to ohms. I'm going to put one probe in the middle, one probe in the top, so that's 24 ohms. Go switch it so it's on the bottom. That's 1K. Okay, we already know 1K. We ran that test and it wasn't bright enough. So we know it's going to be the 24 ohms. Okay, there's no really 24 ohm resistor. There's a 100 ohm resistor, which seems really low, but I don't know if my fancy dancy kit came with one. So just to be safe, we'll go with the lowest value. Oh, we do have a 100 ohm resistor. So let's do that. How long will the LED live? Now, because really this is unknown, right? So you might be out putting too much current through this. But if it's 24 ohms, obviously we're going just slightly above that anyway. Alright, so the positive is going to the top of the LED, and then now we attach the negative. Oop. There we go, same value. Cool. So that's how you use a potentiometer to find the brightest value of an LED by probing it for the ohms. And that is the end of the story. Ooh. So, I hope you enjoyed.